Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and yes, we are in the same spot working on the same car yet again. We are doing the brakes. So I did the passenger side already. We're going to be doing the driver's side on camera. I'm going to set you guys up, record taking the wheel off, all that stuff. After this, we probably won't see this car for a while. I don't know yet, but it does need knuckles and hubs, and I don't want to do the used route. I don't want to go to a junkyard and try to grab something. I'm going to look up the parts for Ford or maybe even American Muscle. So hopefully somebody has those parts and we can get our hands on them. But until then, we probably won't see this car until we're doing that. And we won't be pressing the bearing or hub in anyways ourselves. We'll most likely be getting someone to do that. And then we just put the whole assembly on the car, take the old ones off, and go from there. But that's enough talking about what's going to happen with the car. Let's get to work. Alright guys, I want to do this video a little bit different. I'm going to just lay out the tools I'm going to be using to get the caliper bracket and the caliper off, and the brake pads and everything on. So to compress the caliper, you're going to need a C-clamp or a tool equivalent to that to hold the caliper up without putting pressure on the brake line. You're going to need a bungee, and for the caliper bolts, you're going to need a 14 millimeter, and for the caliper mounting bracket, you're going to need a 15 millimeter. So that's enough talking about what I'm going to use. Let's get to work. Alright guys, the thing I'm going to do first is loosening the actual caliper, and I'm going the wrong way. So I'm going to get those loose with the 14 millimeter like we just talked about earlier. So this job doesn't require much tools, and then we'll use the bungee cord. Put that up here so we don't put any pressure on the line. You're going to put that right in the strut and let it hang off of there once you get everything off. Alright guys, we got those bolts out. So now, just gonna get this off of here, just like that. I'm gonna hang it up so you don't have any pressure on the line, at least not a lot of pressure. So it's gonna be hanging there. So now we're gonna move to the caliper mounting bracket. Alright guys, I wanted to show you this before we moved on. These brakes aren't horrible, but to be honest, the passenger side pads were way worse, and these were on their way out as well. I can show you the other one. They're not horrible, but they're not perfect either. You can see they're gunked up. I'll show you guys what the new ones look like as well, but I want to show you this as I'm taking this stuff out. So let's move on to the 16. No, sorry, misspoke. It's the 15 millimeter for the caliper mounting bracket.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Alright guys, hopefully I'm not in the way, but I probably am. There we go. Oh, and it fell on my leg. That hurts. Ah! Ah! All right, let's get these out. Got the bolts out. Time for the rotor. Ugh. And this is a used junkyard part. That's great. All right, guys. Before that last thing you heard me say, a junkyard part. If you ever see these markings from paint markers on any parts you have on your car, they're from the junkyard. They mark these before they sell them to you. So this bearing isn't that bad. I don't hear anything, but on the passenger side, when I did the passenger side, this hub bearing is pretty much gone. So I'm gonna have to replace these as well, like we talked about in the beginning of the video. So hopefully I can find somewhere to get them other than Ford, because I caught them and it's easily $1,340 and some change. So I want to replace all this stuff for my nephew and keep everything brand new. So the next video, if you do see this Mustang again, will most likely be these parts here. Obviously, like I said before, we're not going to press them. We're just going to unbolt these from all the new parts we put on and take this whole thing off and replace it with the new part. So everything is off. We got the rotor pad assembly off, the brake assembly off. So we're going to go back now with the new parts, and I'll show you guys that. Alright guys, here's the new part. Well, one of the new parts, and the other ones are right here. You can see that the other ones were pretty bad. They weren't horrible, because you could have been metal to metal, but they weren't. So these are the parts we're using. We went to O'Reilly's again, so I won't have a link for these parts because they're from O'Reilly's. They sold me the wrong parts at first. That really grinds my gears.
No one really grinds my gears.
So enough joking. I'm gonna go slap this stuff on, and I'll be back to you guys once I get the rotor on. There we go. Alright guys, we got that on. I'm gonna move now to the caliper mounting bracket. Alright guys, I'm gonna clean these. Get a clean rag to wipe the dirt prints off. So I'm gonna tighten down that mounting bracket really quick, and I'll come right back to you guys. Alright guys, we got this bolted up nice and tight, and we cleaned the rotor. Now we're gonna go back in with the brake pads. So let's put these in. And next, I don't get the tool, but we're gonna compress the caliper, and so we can slide it right over the new brake pads. Alright guys, we're gonna compress the pistons in the caliper now. This is the old school way of doing it. This is the way my mentor showed me, and this is why I use a C-clamp. Like I said in my other videos, it's better ways to do this and easier ways. This is just the way I'm used to, and I haven't bought those new tools yet, but I will. So I take the old brake pad and I sandwich it with the C-clamp and make it work like it would be compressing both pistons at the same time by just, let me get another hand on that. See if I can, okay, yeah, so you can see it. There we go. But we're gonna do like this. It's gonna take some time, but this is how I do it. And like I said, I know it's better ways to do this, but with the tools I have right now, this is how I do it. Put that aside. And as you see, they're compressed. So take this off, take this off. Perfect fit. Go back in with the 14mm bolts. Just hand tighten them and start on the bottom one. All right, guys, I'm gonna tighten this up, and I'm going the wrong way again.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
There we go. Tighten this up. There we go. I don't know why I have my glove off, but so there we go. That's tightened down. I'll show you guys everything. Be right back. All right, guys, since that's tightened down, we basically got this side done. Only thing we have to do now is getting the car started up and pump the brakes before we do anything else. So that's how you replace your brake pads and rotors on a 2016 Ford Mustang. All right, guys, that's what it looks like with the tire on. Just want to show you guys that before the end of the video. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Don't forget to tell me what you thought about the video in the comments below. What I could have did better, what you liked or whatever, anything like that. And the main thing, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That's enough talking, man. Catch me in the next one. Peace.